Visual Studio Code is the most used code editor. We talked about the best extensions you can use in Visual Studio Code in a previous video. Visual Studio Code is the most used code editor due to it has the best extensions, the best keyboard shortcuts, and a lot of more other interesting things. So today I'm going to be talking about productivity tips in Visual Studio Code, mostly keyboard shortcuts. Let's start. Now that you should have your VS Code with all of the extensions I showed you in a previous video, it's time to know how you can take advantage of the keyboard shortcuts in Visual Studio Code. Let's first start with the most normal shortcuts. To use keywords, for example in C#, public, you can for example put PU and you can see here public. You can click it with the mouse, or you can press the tab key in your keyboard. I will do the same thing to write void, and then I'm just going to create a function, for example subscribe. Okay, and here I have my function. To copy and paste code is Ctrl+C. You first select what you want to copy, you select with Ctrl+C, and then with Ctrl+V you can paste it. When you copy and paste code, normally you will have these indentations that are not right. To solve this, you can click the backspace, or if you want to indent this code, you can just press the tab button. But to quickly change the indentations of your code, you can press, actually to indent all one line of code, you can press Ctrl and then you press the brackets. Okay, if you press the bracket to close, I mean this key with the Ctrl, you will make the line indent to the right, but if you want to indent to the left, you press Ctrl and the other bracket, I mean this bracket. To quickly move a line of code to any place of your script, you can press Alt and an arrow up or down, and you can just move a line of code. Or you can also press Ctrl+X to cut the text, and then with Ctrl+V you can paste it again. As you can see, for example, when I pasted this line of code, I need to indent it, and if I have here my mouse cursor and I press tab, you can see it's not indented. And this is the moment in which the last shortcut, Ctrl and the bracket, can really help you. With Ctrl+P you can quickly open a file. For example, I am currently in the subscribe script, but for example I can jump to the bullet script and then I can return again to the subscribe script. With Ctrl+V, the other V with which you don't copy things, you can toggle the sidebar. This is the sidebar in which you have all of your files in your project. With Ctrl+V you can toggle it. If you want to quickly change some word in your script, you can first select the word you want to change. For example, if I want to change the name of this variable that is called message, maybe I want to change it to a hello message. And of course, if I want to print or debug.log that message, I have to change that name. That's why I can't double click in this thing. No, sorry, double click in the word we want to change, and then we press Ctrl+D so that we select the exact same word we selected, and now we can put the correct name of the variable, in this case hello message. Then it's really useful. For example, if I have these two functions, these are public function, and if I want them to be private, I can select this public word, and then I control plus D, and I put here, for example, private. Control and slash is useful when you want to comment in line. Normally, if you would like to comment in line, you will have to be in the beginning of that line, and then you can comment it. But let's say that, for example, you are in any place of the line of code. If you put the comment, it won't work correctly. So by pressing control slash, you will quickly comment it. Or if, for example, you want to just add a comment, you can press this shortcut as well. Other important thing is that, for example, if I want to copy this line, I don't have to actually highlight this with my cursor. No, I can just press Ctrl C and then paste this with Ctrl V. As you can see, I am not highlighting it, I'm just copying the whole line of code. These same things happen if, for example, I want to delete or I want to cut this line of code. I don't have to highlight this thing. No, I can just press Ctrl X and I will delete it. When you're working in a large script and you want to quickly find some word, for example, if I want to find the word bullet, I will have to look in each line of code if the word bullet is in there. But with this shortcut Ctrl F, I can quickly find anything I want. For example, bullet. As you can see, I have highlighted all the words bullet, and with these arrows I can go to the previous match, or with other shortcut shift plus enter. So we press shift enter and we go to the previous match, or we can also press enter to go to the next match. And obviously this works with any word. For example, I don't know, here I can put velocity, and for example, if I don't want this this word to be here, I can select it, press Ctrl D and change this word for any other thing I would like to. So you could combine this shortcut Ctrl F with the Ctrl D shortcut I showed you before. When you have a really long line of code, for example this line, I cannot see it completely. So in order to make it look nicer, I can press Ctrl and the letter Z. Okay, we can oh, what? Okay, the thing is that I don't have a line of code long enough to do this thing. You press Alt Z, okay, and then you have all of your things wrapped. Okay, yes, I was pressing the shortcut wrongly. It's Alt Z. Okay, it's not Control, is Alt. To select the current line of code, you press Ctrl L, and then with this line you can make whatever you want. If you want to add things to a lot of things or whatever you want, you can use Alt and click in whatever place you want, and you have like two cursors of mouse. As you can see, for example, I could put, for example, another debug.log. For example, here I could put subscribe to the channel, or if I want to delete these lines of code as well, or if I want to I don't know, here put some other space, I could. There are a lot of keyboard shortcuts you can change. For example, if you want to change the cat shortcut, you can change it. I will not change the key binding. You can obviously change it by clicking this kind of pencil, or there even, I think, yes, you can even assign here new things in new shortcuts, new keyboard shortcuts. If you don't remember some key binding, you can look for here. For example, you can look for copy, and well, you have here all of the copy things. Or for example, I don't know, move down and move line down. You can remember here Alt plus down arrow. This is a shortcut I showed you in this video. So VS Code have a lot of extensions that you can use, and of course it has a lot of keyboard shortcuts. Take advantage of these things and you will be so much more productive. This is all for today's video, and bye bye.